Hey, this is an episode of Rations and Ambitions I did in May of 21 with Mike of Summit Maple Farm. I never posted on YouTube, so I freshened it up a little bit, and here it is. Thanks.
Books, games, fun.
Mike, thanks for taking the time to meet with me.
Yeah, no, thanks for the opportunity. This is kind of stuff I like doing, especially someone like you who's always helping other people out, and I appreciate what you do for people like me and obviously us in particular. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely can relate in terms of trying to get what we want to have happen in the world out there. So any chance I can speak with people like yourself, I'm glad to, and especially to get the word out. And how did we meet? I believe it's through Veterans Referring Veterans. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It's the VRV. I think it was a happy hour you might have shown up to, or maybe you presented. I can't remember particularly which one, but and then I think you reached out to, or I reached out to you to see what we could do to help you out in your mission. And the first project we worked on, I think, was your markets that you set up.
Yeah, and I'm still working on that. I've got different ways. I just want to promote those that are also doing good work like yourself. So I'll keep doing that. And I'm glad that I got the chance to meet, and Justin of VRV is doing good stuff with that. So as we sit here, Rations and Ambitions over drinks, as it's seen during the interview, you chose coffee. So if I could ask, why did you choose coffee?
I think coffee is just a big part of my life. I'm not like an all-day casual coffee drinker. I think I drink coffee in the morning, but I think coffee for me, in a way, also embodies kind of what we like doing. We choose good products with everything we do, and I feel like coffee is a big part of everyone's life. So when we do drink coffee, we always are sourcing the right brands, and I try to buy veteran coffee brands also. And so I don't know, for some reason, coffee is always relatable to me.
Right. Yeah. And I'm with you. I try to find, when I'm visiting a new town, I try to find like a local coffee shop, just because I enjoy the culture it brings to a neighborhood, and try the good coffee they make. I'm all for that. And when veterans run businesses that make coffee, then I'll go that angle. I'm with you on that too. So speaking of business, I know you've been running Summit Maple Farms for some time out there in Vermont, and you've got a whole operation. I always see some new type of infused flavors. So how's it been going for the business the past year? How's everything been running?
So yeah, we've been making syrup for about 6 years now, but really just this last year really started to take off on our retail sales and online retail sales. Just about 12 months ago now, we launched our official, actual, formal online website, and it's been doing great. We've just constantly grown in sales over the last year, and I feel like every month I reach new milestones and overcome new challenges. So those challenges come with a great happiness. When I have to figure out how to ship 36 gallons of syrup in one in one shipment, that's a good problem to have. So.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
And definitely being able to see everything grow has got to feel fulfilling. And the website does look really good, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So all the new flavors, I mean, what types of flavors do you have out there? Just because I've seen them and enjoyed some that I've ordered. I even shipped some to some people in my team of the people that help create the stuff that we do for Christmas. But what's some of the stuff that you've made recently? What's some of your favorite?
So we've kind of, over the last year, I've experimented with a lot of different flavors, just because I thought it was kind of fun to see how it works and to share those flavors. And we've tried even more that we haven't sold, that I haven't been happy with. But some of my favorites and our staples, are coffee infused. And I source a coffee, a veteran-owned coffee company, Got Your Six Coffee.
Oh yeah.
So I take the syrup and literally, kind of simmer it with the coffee beans right into it, and so it infuses the the essence of the coffee and actually almost makes coffee into the syrup.
That's
Um,
awesome. I'll have
and
to
then
try some of that. That's one I've not gotten yet, but I'll be doing that.
yeah, so we do that one pretty regularly, and also our cinnamon is our other big seller. I feel like cinnamon is just a perfect combination with syrup.
Oh yeah.
It's just, it's that breakfast flavor, and cinnamon is. I mean, I love the flavor of cinnamon, so
Yeah.
um, it pairs well. There's a lot of others, but those are our two big ones.
And then with the business being organic and bird friendly, those are just a couple of things I picked up on when I was looking at the bottle, when I was looking at your business. What's involved with being organic? I think that might be easier than being bird friendly. I don't know.
Yeah, so they're almost linked together in a way. Organic is a lot more difficult. That's a whole topic for a long conversation, but the quick rundown um, is it's more than just the ingredients of the syrup. Obviously it's all 100% just pure maple sap,
Hmm.
but it has a lot to do with the sustainability of our land and managing our trees, managing our forest in a way to encourage wildlife habitat and to not just go out there and tap all the trees, pull sap out, cut the trees down, kind of deal.
Right.
So basically making a long-standing relationship with our forest, and then we have the oversight of a third party coming in to inspect our operation. So they're ensuring that our operation's clean. We follow all the proper protocols of bottling our syrup clean, producing it in a clean environment, and everything's done up to a certain level of food safety.
Yeah.
And that's really some of the big parts of it. A lot of if you're buying syrup that's not organic, we get told all the time. People like to tell us all, well, isn't all syrup organic? And they just kind of scoff at it. Yeah, I guess in essence, it is, but all corn is organic too. But they spray the
Right.
corn with pesticides, um, so it's where you want to source your food, and we feel like our relationship with nature here in our forest is important, and so yeah, we also the bird friendly thing is we actually have the Audubon Center come out and inspect our forest. Um, they're looking for bird habitat, so making sure we're leaving behind um, brush piles for the birds to nest in. We're leaving certain species of trees up that allow birds to nest in, and especially standing dead trees,
Oh, okay.
which give those cavities in the trees for the birds to get into to live and survive.
Yeah, I like that.
So
See, it
yeah,
could just
so
be straight up ambition about you just going, like you said, full force forward with no other consideration. But you've got
yeah,
ambition with that consideration in mind too, which I
yeah,
respect.
yeah. A lot of the old style maple, operations, they'll cut every tree in the forest and just leave the maples. And it's just really bad practice. The trees aren't healthy, the forest isn't healthy, and it's just not good for the wildlife. So that's what's a big part of what we do. And we also, in this last year, put solar panels on our sugar house. So basically, creating a net zero carbon footprint in terms of the amount of solar that we produce and that electricity that we use to produce our syrup.
Well, good. Well, thank you. I'm glad to be able to support a business that puts a little bit more thought and care into things.
Yeah,
And one other thing about thought and care and service to the planet and community and all that. Of course, it's not enough they're doing that. You and your wife are both in the military as well. Is that right?
that is correct. Yeah, we both are. Both in the Vermont National Guard full time.
So how is it running a business and being in the military?
It's tough. It's a challenge. Um, a lot of the work I do is in the evenings, and weekends when I have the weekends off. So it's not uncommon for me to be out in the woods with a headlamp on, uh, working on tapping trees. During sugaring season, it's a really busy time of year, and
Yeah.
it's only runs a few weeks in the spring, so a lot of that work is done at night.
Oh, okay.
After dinner time, head out into the sugar house, and work through the night, get in bed around 3 a.m., get up and go to work.
So after work is more work. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad and thankful after having met you to be able to sit and talk with you for a bit. So, yeah, it's been insightful. So I'm glad to have gotten the chance. So thanks for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, thank you for the opportunity. It's good to share our story. I like doing that too.